Hello and welcome. Hello, folks. Thank you for joining us today. We're going to give it just a couple moments for people to join this session, but we appreciate you logging on time, and we'll get started shortly. Hi, everyone. Welcome. We're going to give it just another 30 seconds before we get started. Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you all for joining us today. My name is Vanessa Ortiz, and I'm going to be the facilitator for today's session. You are at the Anchorage, Alaska College and Career Fair, and we're really excited to have you all join us. We have a great lineup of admissions representatives from some amazing schools, and I certainly hope you get a lot out of this session. Just a few housekeeping items before we begin. Your camera and microphone are off. You are muted and your video is off. That means that our panelists here today can't see or hear you, but they do want to hear from you. So we would like you to please submit your questions using the Q&A button to type your questions to the presenters at any time. There's no designated question and answer time, so you may begin using the Q&A feature whenever you'd like, and the admissions representatives will directly respond to your question by typing back. So please make sure that you are sharing your questions. The admissions reps are here to give you all the information you need. So please feel free to engage with us. Don't forget to sign up for more sessions. There's 2 more sessions today, and I believe some panels tomorrow. We want you to get the most out of this experience. This is just one of the many, so be sure to check the schedule on the website. We are recording this session, and recordings will be available at strivescan.com/Alaska. So definitely check out this recording if you want to come back to any information that is shared today, or if you want to look at the recordings from other sessions that happened during the college fair. All right, so we're going to get started with our first institution, and now I'd like to welcome Mitchell Hamlin School of Law in St. Paul, Minnesota.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Hi, everyone. My name is Ann Biskins, and I am one of the assistant directors at Mitchell Hamlin School of Law. As Vanessa said, we are located in St. Paul, Minnesota. And so I'm actually, today, I'm up in Duluth, Minnesota, because I have some visits I'm going to be doing at the universities up in this area. So I'm broadcasting from that area of Minnesota up north, and we do have snow on the ground. So Mitchell Hamlin School of Law, I'm going to go ahead and move the slide forward. As I mentioned, we are located in St. Paul, Minnesota. We sit in the middle of a residential neighborhood on historic Summit Avenue with our law school. Mitchell Hamlin is a private independent law school, and all we do is offer a Juris Doctor program, and we don't have other master's programs like a master's in business or psychology or anything like that. As you can see by the pictures of our campus, we're not affiliated with a undergraduate institution. You are going to hear from Hamlin University, which is located in St. Paul. So we have a name affiliation with them. The old law school at Hamlin and the William Mitchell law schools actually combined in 2015. And so we are the combination of those schools. So the Mitchell Hamlin name has only been around for about 6 years. But with Minnesota, we are the land of 10,000 lakes. That's what our license plates say, but we actually have about 12,000. We also have the Mall of America. Fortune 500 companies like Target, Best Buy are all located in our area of the Twin Cities in Minneapolis and St. Paul. So with our law school, we offer like 14 different areas of law. We also have 15 different clinics, externships, and different opportunities available for students. With the enrollment options that we offer, I'm going to go ahead and move ahead a slide here. I'm going to go ahead and put all this information up, but Mitchell Hamlin was the very first law school in the United States to offer what's called a hybrid or blended enrollment option for earning a Juris Doctor degree in law. And what that means is that a person can be anywhere in the world and do their law education. And the courses are recorded. And then there's different components where you have to be in person. So during the first year of law school, there is a prep session where students will come to Minnesota and be on campus for a full week. They will go back to where their homes are and where they work, and then they will do their courses asynchronously, and then they will come back for what's called capstone, and that's at the end of the semesters where they put into practice the classes that they're doing for that term. So that happens at the capstones happen at every semester. A full-time program is 3 years, approximately 86 credits. We offer a part-time day, part-time evening, and then this blended option. So what's really nice is that we're flexible and we are accessible. Right now we have 5 students who live up in the Alaska area. And so they will come down to campus. Pre-COVID, they actually would be here with the pandemic and stuff. We've been doing the in-person components remote synchronous. So, so we do have flexibility in our programs, and we're accessible, you know, from anywhere in the world. And with the blended program, this is what the program looks like. It is set up as a part-time program, and it is with the law education classes are very organized, and they're very structured. And so we will actually register you for your classes and stuff for the first year, and then a second year, third year, and fourth year, you'll have academic advisors and stuff helping you. A couple other things, we do have some 3+3 programs with some schools in our area. I mentioned our experiential learning, our clinics and externships. We had over 360 externships being done last year for our students, which was just a real huge number for us. I mentioned that we had 15 clinics. We have scholarship programs, merit-based scholarships. We also have something called the Native Justice and the North Star Scholarship. So we offer scholarships to all students. The admissions process for law school is very different. It has a process where you work with LSAC, which is the Law School Admission Council, and then you do law school applications through a hub through that organization. And so if you're interested in pursuing a law degree, you would start with setting up an account with LSAC. So also with our programs, you will find with the cost of attendance, law school is not cheap by any means. You're looking at about $48,000 for a full-time student and about $38,000 for part-time. So, and I'm gonna say, I think that is, oh, here's my profile. So profile cards for law schools. This is important because you're gonna take an LSAT test in order to get into law school. And so this will give you an idea of what the undergraduate GPA is needed to come into our school. That changes every year. And we have approximately 400 students that we enrolled this past year. And so with Mitchell Hamlin, what I would welcome you to do is definitely reach out to myself. I will put my contact information in the chat. And then I will also put our website information in there so that if you do want to pursue a law degree, you're more than welcome to connect with myself or anyone in our admissions office. So I'm going to say thank you and stop sharing my screen.
Thank you so much. And next we'll move to a nearby university, Hamlin University.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Anne. That was wonderful to hear a little bit more about Mitchell Hamlin. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jen Olson-Kringle, and I work at Hamlin University, which is just up the road from Mitchell Hamlin. We are located also in St. Paul, Minnesota, in an urban neighborhood about midway between downtown St. Paul and downtown Minneapolis. We're a private liberal arts university, and we enroll just under 2,000 undergraduate students and about 2,000 graduate students. Our undergraduate student population represents 37 states and 42 countries. We enroll an incoming class of around 450 to 475 new first-year students each year. And when we look at our overall student body, about 42% of them identify as the first in their family to attend a four-year college, and 39% identify themselves as domestic students of color. Our class sizes are small. Average class size is about 23, and the student to professor ratio is 13:1. So students really get to know their faculty members, and our professors are really engaged with students' lives and helping them to find internship experiences, research experiences, and planning for the future after college. We're a Division III institution. We offer 20 varsity athletic teams, as well as a number of intramural and club sport options. And we compete with other small colleges here in the state of Minnesota. So there are 4 key characteristics I'd like to share with you about Hamlin University that will give you a little more perspective about who we are. The first is that we have a commitment to social justice and civic responsibility. With our location in the urban setting of Minnesota's capital city, we strive to prepare our students to be engaged members of their communities, neighborhoods, workplaces, what have you. This happens through engagement with service and advocacy work, as well as focused activities like voting. In 2018, Hamlin had the overall highest undergraduate voting rate at a private 4-year institution. And in 2020, 82% of eligible Hamlin students participated in the election. Our Wesley Center for Spirituality Service and Social Justice provides the support for this initiative as well as other outreach activities. Second, I'd like to just talk a little bit about community life and the importance of being a diverse and inclusive community. Our work here, this work here is led by our president, by our Office of Inclusive Excellence, and our Hedgeman Center for Student Diversity Initiatives and Programs. We believe our success in this area in terms of focusing on community life and inclusivity is really important. We need to practice those activities on a regular basis. One example of this work is from last fall when a civility statement was drafted by members of our community, including faculty, staff, and students, which really guides our campus as we participate in really difficult but important conversations that encourage us to reflect on attitudes and behaviors as we work to build a more just society. Third, we talk a lot about the learning environment and being a holistic environment of learning. Through our flexible curriculum, also called the Hamlin Plan, students explore courses in all areas of study while learning the skills, knowledge, and abilities that are really important to be successful in today's competitive job market. We also have a summer research program that provides students with opportunities to engage in full-time research. Many of these opportunities include a stipend and the opportunity to live on campus, which allows students to focus on their research in lieu of other work study or work and summer employment. And finally, we like to talk about experiential learning. So we promote real world learning experiences. Our faculty are really committed to supporting students as they become practitioners in their chosen field of study. So all students are required to top off their degree with some sort of experiential learning component. This could be an internship, research, student teaching, study abroad, or service learning. So there are many opportunities and choices for students to choose from as they complete their degree. Here's a quick look at our areas of study. We have over 50 different programs that students can pursue. Our popular programs include business, biology, criminology and criminal justice, education, legal studies, and psychology. And this past year, we started a new program in forensic psychology. Finally, I wanted to just share a little bit of information about costs and financial aid. Here you will see our overall cost of attendance, as well as our average financial aid package for students with financial need. Know that over 90% of new Hamlin undergraduates will receive some sort of gift aid. You'll see here a quick look at the merit scholarships that are available. Our scholarships do not require test scores for consideration, and many of them are offered upon admission. You'll also see some departmental scholarships there as well. Those do require a separate application. As noted, test scores are not required for scholarships. They're also not required for admission. We're a test optional university, and we look forward to working with you and hearing more about you as you move forward in your college search process. We also work with students and families on an individual basis as they're working through the process of financial aid, and we welcome questions about those kinds of questions as well. So I hope this has been a helpful introduction into Hamlin University, and we appreciate you joining us this afternoon. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Jen. We're going to go next to Illinois with Illinois Institute of Technology.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. Hello, everyone. My name is Will, and as you heard, I'm from the Illinois Institute of Technology. We are located in Chicago, just about 10 to 15 minutes from the center of downtown. Looks a little farther away than it really is in that photo, but we are conveniently located on 2 of the public transit lines in Chicago. So you can hop on there, be downtown in no time at all. So Illinois Tech, as you can guess, is a STEM-focused institution. So programs like architecture, computer science, lots of engineering options for you, as well as the opportunity to blend some of those programs with your more traditional humanities. The next slide, I'll go into all of our majors and colleges. Just wanted to give you sort of a big picture view here first. We are a smaller institution with just about 3,000 undergraduate students. We are a pretty diverse community with almost all 50 states represented here at Illinois Tech, as well as 100 different countries. So it's definitely a place where you'll have an opportunity to find people who had similar experiences as your own, but definitely those who had different experiences as well. It's a very collaborative environment. We want our students to learn the best parts of education. We want you to think about how do we work together to move forward society as a whole. I'll talk a little bit more about some of those opportunities in the presentation. One of the big things that we do at Illinois Tech is connect you with your professors. We know how important it is for you to make those connections early. So you're going to start working with an academic advisor directly from your department to enroll in your first set of classes. They're going to help you to figure out what is it that I need to do in the classroom today to get to the place where I want to be in the future. Those are also the same people teaching your courses. We have no teaching assistants who teach main courses at Illinois Tech. They might be there to help out in labs and things like that, but you're going to actually get to talk with those professors quite a bit and really see them as a resource. One other thing I'll point out really quickly here on this slide is that you do start out in that major your very first year. It's really important. We know that you want to get in there. We know you want to get your hands dirty with engineering or architecture. And so we're going to help you do that right away. Now here at Illinois Tech, we are broke into 5 individual colleges. Engineering is the largest of those, and that's home to all of those different architectural, aerospace engineering, civil, electrical, lots and lots of great options at the university. We also have our College of Architecture. It is a 5-year professional degree option for those who want to go into the field. We then have the College of Computing, all of your different CS related programs, everything from a very software approach that some schools might call software engineering. For us, it's called computer science, to a more hands-on applied approach, information technology. Takes a little math out of the curriculum for you. We also have our College of Science and Letters, home to all of your traditional lab-based programs, as well as more interdisciplinary work, things like forensic chemistry or behavioral health and wellness or food science and nutrition. And then finally, our School of Business, where we give you the opportunity to study business, but also connect it to one of our more STEM-based majors. We also have pre-professional pathways in health, medicine, law, dental, optometry, lots of great options for students there. They know they want to go into future practice in those fields. Now, as you can guess, at a STEM-based institution, we're very hands-on. We're an institution where almost all of your classes will have a lab component to them or have some type of hands-on experience, because we know that's a great opportunity for you to apply those concepts that you've learned. Some of the other ways that we do that is listed here on the slide for you. Undergraduate research is huge at Illinois Tech. We really encourage our students as early as their first year on campus to start getting involved in that work. In fact, a lot of our first year physics students will actually be doing work at a national research laboratory located just about 30 minutes from campus, where they'll get a chance to do some high proton imaging based research. We also have interprofessional projects. This is where you get a chance to show off that interdisciplinary learning. You're going to get a chance to be in a small group environment with about 10 to 12 other students and show off the best parts of your individual major. It's a year-long problem-solving course that all students take before they graduate. And then finally, our off-campus programs. Here at Illinois Tech, we know it's important for you to get internships, to go on a study away trip, to think about doing research even outside of Illinois Tech. And so Elevate is the office on campus that will help you do all those types of experiences to make sure that you get the best preparation you can. Now, it's not 100% academic at our university, though it is quite a brainy bunch, but we do also want you to be well-rounded and have a full college experience. So we've got clubs and organizations that you can be a part of. A lot of those do have an academic connection, maybe like the Society for Women Engineers, our machine and computer learning students, or our civil engineering society who build and race a concrete canoe each year against other colleges. But they also might just be shared interest clubs or cultural, religious organizations, lots of great opportunities. We also want you to be competitive if that's your thing. And so we do provide opportunities through NCAA Division III athletics, as well as intramural and esports opportunities for students. I mentioned we're in Chicago. It is a residential campus and you can stay on campus all 4 years. So you never have to worry about trying to find an apartment, move off campus. You can stay with us all 4 years if you'd like. We've got some really great housing options, including Row Village, which you see on the screen right now. Really cool space. There are actually little outdoor patios that you get to use, not quite year-round in Chicago due to the weather. We are a Common App institution. We're going to ask you to submit basically a high school transcript and 1 letter of recommendation. You have test scores and you want to submit those, great. We're happy to accept them, though we do not require them. We do have a few different timelines that you can use to apply to Illinois Tech. Those include Early Action 1, which is actually closing on the 15th, as well as an Early Action 2 and regular decision all the way through March. We're going to look for mostly an AB average, and we're going to then consider you for multiple different scholarships here at Illinois Tech. Every student who applied and is admitted receives some level of scholarship support. Definitely encourage you to jump on our website, learn more about these scholarship opportunities, and think about visiting our campus. But I thank you so much for spending time with us today.
Excellent. Thank you. And and then we're going to go right over to our next school, which is Lawrence University in Wisconsin.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Joe Johnson. I am an Associate Director of Admissions at Lawrence University, located in Appleton, Wisconsin. All right. I use he, him pronouns, and a little bit about Lawrence, located here in northeastern Wisconsin. We are located on the ancestral lands of both the Ho-Chunk and the Menominee Nations. In Wisconsin, there are 11 currently federally recognized tribes, and we pay respects to the indigenous communities whose land they stewarded and whose land sacrifices were forced upon. And that sets the tone for what we do at Lawrence is a community of lifelong learners, students who are coming to our community to leave the world in better shape than they found it. We are both a community of liberal arts and science graduates, as well as conservatory music graduates. So we'll show you a little bit about our degree options here. The Bachelor of Arts program is where about 75% of our students spend their time. And the Conservatory of Music is where about a quarter of our students will spend their time. So whether you are looking for a small liberal arts college to deeply study music, if you're a singer-songwriter, a jazz musician, or you want to study the sciences, want to study social sciences, humanities, and arts, Lawrence is a community of creative lifelong learners where you will definitely find your home. Through these degree options, we're, again, a very tight-knit community. 1,500 students is our size here in Appleton. We have over 170 professors, which means that the student to faculty ratio for you is 8-to-1. That's one of the smallest in the nation. We pride ourselves on a really individualized learning experience here at Lawrence. In fact, over 63% of the courses we offer are one student and one professor. Just to give you a sense of that kind of level of education you're getting, there's no graduate students, no PhD students at Lawrence. It is just the students at the undergraduate level studying directly with professors. So you have their full attention, whether you're working in our laser palace with Professor Doug Martin from the physics department, or you're doing community music workshops and programming and performances for the local Appleton community, a city of 70,000 and a metro area of 250,000. There's so many opportunities for you, both in and out of the classroom. The students that are coming to Lawrence are typically curious, they're creative, they're engaged, they're passionate about what they do. And it's also important to remember that even if you are considering coming to a small liberal arts college like Lawrence, what is really special about a place like Lawrence is that the faculty have chosen to work here as well. They want to be mentors for you. They want to invite you to their houses for chemistry department chili cook-offs and for book club discussions. And they come to your art shows and athletic events. They're part of the community too. They're not just teachers, they're mentors for you. So that's a little bit about our academic community. Now, obviously, when you're looking for a college environment, you want a place that's going to challenge you. There's certainly no easy classes at Lawrence. And as a graduate myself, class of 2017, I can tell you that I was fundamentally changed by the education that I got here. It's an inclusive, open-minded space that is going to challenge you to think differently about the world around you. And that starts in our very first class called First Year Studies. This is a shared syllabus course that's writing intensive. You read works and listen to works like Miles Davis's Kind of Blue, read the Bhagavad Gita, read Angels in America, the play, Tony Kushner, a really wide variety of pieces of great works and great works of art that'll challenge you to think bigger about the world you live in and challenge you to engage with your interests across disciplines and departments. The capstone of your time here at Lawrence is this Chandler Senior Experience. Now, this is a collaborative research project, an independent paper or scholarly article. It could be a performance or other creative effort, something to showcase your growth and your learning in your department and pivoting and allowing you to look forward to your life after Lawrence. Our goal as an educational institution is to not just prepare you for a job once you leave our community, but prepare you for your career, for your lifetime of discovery and learning and growth. Data shows that on average, young folks in the room, we're not just going to have 3 to 4 different jobs on average during the rest of our lives. We're going to be working in 3 to 4 different career fields. So how do you prepare for that rapidly changing society? Not just for your first career, but your next one. The liberal arts are designed to make you think about critical thinking, reading, and writing, and be able to apply those across disciplines and beyond just the constraints of what you major in college. We're also a fully residential college here at Lawrence, meaning that all of our students will spend their full 4 or 5 years, if they're a 5-year double degree student in music, here on campus. With our 22 varsity sports, with our 150 plus student clubs and organizations, including the longest running trivia contest in the world, the Great Midwest Trivia Contest, there's something for everyone in our community. And if you ever get tired of being in Appleton, we also have a retreat center, a lodge up in Door County of Wisconsin, right on the shores of Lake Michigan, that students can travel to for free with clubs, organizations, residence halls, music studios, athletic teams, and more. We have study abroad programs that 40% of our students will take advantage of, including scholarships and financial aid that will travel with you on those programs. These are some of our deadlines. Our upcoming deadline is December 1st and then January 15th, and 98% of our students receive financial assistance from Lawrence. I work with all of our students from the Northwest and Pacific Rim area, so please feel free to reach out if you have questions for me about our community. I put students at the center of everything I do, and I'm very excited to work with you and help you navigate the college search process. Thanks, everyone.
Wonderful. Thank you, Joe and Lawrence University. And last but not least, we have MEDEX Northwest Physician Assistance Program at the University of Washington.
Good afternoon. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Let's see here. I'm just bringing up my presentation. Here we go. So my name is Tovi Blake. I'm the Director of Admissions and Student Services with MEDEX Northwest, the Physician Assistant Program at the University of Washington. We are, as I mentioned, a graduate program affiliated with the University of Washington. And so a little bit about what is a physician assistant or a PA. Because a lot of people don't know. So PAs essentially practice medicine under the direction and supervision of a licensed MD. They do everything from diagnose illnesses, develop and manage treatment plans. They can prescribe medications. They can perform surgeries. They can even be acting as a primary healthcare provider. Currently, there are over 150,000 practicing PAs in the United States. And PAs practice in every single state. So a little bit about the PA profession in the news. PAs, the role of a PA was ranked as the #1 out of the top 100 best jobs by the 2021 US News and World Report. And it's also ranked as the #1 best healthcare job for 2021 in the US News and World Report. Back in 2020, last year, it was ranked #5 as the fastest growing jobs in America. So it is a hot, hot, hot field. The median pay back in 2019 was around $113,000. With that being said, the more years of experience the practitioner has and area of specialty, that salary can go way up. Next up, a little bit about the MEDEX program. So first of all, the PA profession was established in 1967. And so MEDEX was established in 1969, making it the second oldest PA program in the country. We happen to also be the largest current practicing PA program in the country. And so we fall under a section at the University of Washington called the Department of Family Medicine. And our mission is to train healthcare providers who will eventually go on to practice in primary care in medically underserved and rural areas of the School of Medicine's service region. The acronym we use is called WWAMI. So that's Washington, Wyoming, Alaska, Montana, Idaho, and we've recently added Hawaii to the mix. So our program is currently being offered at 5 different locations in 3 different states. So the largest location is at the University of Washington in Seattle. That's also the original site. And then we also offer our program at the University of Washington, Tacoma, Gonzaga University in Spokane, which is Eastern Washington, the University of Alaska in Anchorage, and finally, we recently opened up a campus in Kona, Hawaii, the Big Island. And the degree offered is the Master of Clinical Health Services. So in terms of how to get into our program, these are the courses that are the academic prerequisites. So you'll need 1 anatomy and 1 physiology course, biology, microbiology, chemistry, statistics, 2 English, and at least 1 of those needs to be from an English department. Each prerequisite does need to be completed with a B- or a 2.7 GPA or greater in order to qualify to apply to our program. We are an uber competitive school and program. We get in the thousands of applications each year. So we recommend to strengthen your application by adding on the courses listed below. So biochemistry, genetics, and a social or behavioral science course. Additional requirements include, again, a bachelor's degree, and then the GRE we have actually waived for 2020 and 2021. So it's looking very likely that we may permanently remove the GRE requirement. Just watch the MEDEX website for updates about the GRE. You will also need at least a 3.0 GPA within your last 90 quarter credits, an English language proficiency if English is not your native language, as well as US residency. So let's now talk about clinical prerequisites. Our candidates are required to have a minimum of 2,000 hours of paid direct hands-on patient care experience. There's a list of commonly accepted medical experiences. On this page, you can visit our website. There's lots more listed. What we're really trying to assess is level of medical decision-making. Did the role require direct hands-on care? And what is the scope or breadth of your clinical experience? Roles or experiences that would not qualify or anything administrative in nature. Roles that are only assisting with activities of daily living, any sort of unpaid training like externships, internships, shadowing, medical missions, and then again, roles that don't have direct hands-on patient care. In terms of how to strengthen your application, I mentioned the academics. We do strongly recommend that your sciences be taken within the last 3 to 5 years. Even though the minimum GPA is only 3.0, we find that on average, our candidates are coming in at around the 3.45 mark. And again, minimum 2,000 clinical hours, but we like to see 4,000 or more. Community service, volunteerism, and then that regional WWAMI connection and shadowing, just so we know that you understand what the role of a PA is. To apply, we open our application on May 1st of every year, ends in the fall. We conduct application reviews during that time period, and then we conduct interviews and offer seats to our program between September and January. Our program cost is around $85,000 and some change. That's kind of mid-range out of the 260 plus programs offered throughout the country. And the cost is the same for both in-state and out-of-state residents. It is 27 months in length and starts in June of every year. The first year is your academic work, and then the second year is clinical rotations. So do expect to travel throughout those WWAMI states. Thank you, everybody. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any follow-up questions after today.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And we're just we are gonna go into a quick round robin, and I'd like to invite all of the presenters back onto camera to share some advice with our students who are joining us today. And so here's my question for all of you, and I'll just have you all answer in the order in which you presented. But what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? We have young people who are in the midst of applying. What advice would you give them? And we're going to start with Anne whenever you're ready.
Sure. Actually, I've been at Mitchell Hamlin for just about 2.5 years, and I spent my about 28 years prior to that in undergraduate admissions. So for those of you who are on with us, if you're looking at going to college, and for law school, you have to have a bachelor's degree. So you have to get that 4-year degree in order to go on to law school to become a lawyer. But I would say, really look at the schools that, that you're interested in, go visit if at all possible. The virtual visits right now as well, but reach out to the admissions people for help. We are all here to help you with this process, and find what you love, be passionate about what you're doing. And so I think enjoy the 4 years of your undergrad. And for us at the law school, we need you to be a strong student, have writing as a strength, and also just understand that for law school, you can be any age. So if you graduate from your undergrad, You know, if you don't go to law school right away, you can get, you know, attend law school 20 years after you graduate. So the oldest student at Mitchell Hamlin last year was 75. So I'm going to say enjoy your undergraduate time as much as possible, and then hopefully you'll look at it at a law degree at some point.
Thank you, Anne. So I would say ask lots of questions. No question is dumb. Sometimes I think we're nervous about asking questions about things that we're not sure about. So I would just encourage you to ask the questions that will give you the information that you need in order to make an informed decision. That's what we're here for, is to answer those questions. And we love to engage in conversation about the things that are most important to you. So thank you.
I would definitely encourage students to step outside of their comfort zone. That's something that I think is really important is, you know, as you grow, new things might be something that you absolutely love. For me, I, you know, thought I was going to go to a large public school and went to visit a small private and absolutely found the place that was right for me. And that may be a good fit for you. Maybe you thought you were always going to do a small school and you should try a big school and see if it actually jives better with you. So I'd encourage you to step out of your comfort zone and try something new in the process.
My recommendation is if the colleges, universities you're looking at offer an interview process, take advantage of that. That is a perfect way for you to find out more about the community that you might be a part of, often with either a current student there who's in a leadership role or with someone who might be reading your application. And typically these are two-way conversations too. You know, they want to get to know you for the application, but it's your opportunity to figure out, is this a place I can see myself being successful? Is this a place that I want to invest 4 years of my time and my family's energy and resources as a place that I believe in and that aligns with my values? An interview is a great way to do that.
Yeah, if I could just echo what Joe just mentioned, I was going to suggest look at these schools or the program's mission and see if it is aligned with your own personal mission and what's important to you as an individual. And then from the more programmatic perspective, again, for PAs, I would strongly recommend look at, well, in order to become a certified PA, you have to pass a national exam. So go onto websites of different schools and look at the success pass rate.
Wonderful. Thank you so much to all of our reps who have joined us today and just shared some excellent advice. On behalf of all of us here, we definitely wish you a very successful college application and admissions process. And feel free to reach out to all of these reps who shared their contact information in the chat. Again, this session was recorded and you'll be able to access this recording at strivescan.com/Alaska. As we close out of this session, there's going to be a very quick 5-question survey that will appear. We'd love for you to take that. And don't forget to sign up for more sessions. Thank you again, everybody. And yeah, we certainly hope that you have a great rest of your Sunday. Enjoy the rest of the sessions. Bye, everyone.